In this video, you will learn how to install a Blue Diamond Maxi Blue condensate pump on a Mitsubishi Electric M and PSeries wall-mounted indoor unit. You will need the following parts and tools: Maxi Blue condensate pump, alarm extension cable, field supplied condensate tubing or piping, field supplied 14 gauge wires, wire cutters, wire strippers, wire nuts. Let's get started by removing the front panel assembly. Let's start with removing the vanes. Behind the vanes, you will find several screws that you will need to remove in order to get the cover off. You will find these screws behind the factory installed screw caps. Next, we'll need to remove the right-hand side corner slot. Next, pull on the bottom of the front panel in order to unhook the panel from the box assembly. Also, push on the clips located on the top of the panel. This will completely detach the panel assembly from the box assembly. Here are the steps to prepare the pump's reservoir. The pump's reservoir should normally be installed behind the indoor unit's drain pan. However, we highly recommend that you make your pump's reservoir connections prior to permanently installing the reservoir behind the drain pan. The pump's reservoir has two inlet and outlet ports. For this installation, use the factory supplied plugs to cover the inlet and outlet plugs located on the top of the reservoir. Also, install the factory provided vent tube on the top of the reservoir. Next, remove the factory provided drain hose from behind the drain pan. In order to connect to this drain hose, you will need to use the drain adapter that is provided with the pump. Now you can connect the reservoir to the factory provided drain hose. Make sure the reservoir is oriented in an upright position. If it is installed upside down or on its side, the pump's alarm will trip immediately after powering up. Next, let's connect the reservoir to the pump. Connect the field supplied condensate tubing to the inlet port of the condensate pump. Run the condensate tubing to the reservoir and connect to the outlet port of the reservoir. Please refer to the pump's installation manual for specifications on how far you can run the tubing between the pump and the reservoir. Now for the electrical connection between the reservoir and the pump. Run the provided wire from the reservoir to the pump and connect. This is how the reservoir communicates with the pump. Next, insert the drain hose and reservoir assembly behind the indoor unit's drain pan. In order to access the back of the drain pan, you will need to unhook the tabs located on the bottom of the unit, which attaches the unit's box assembly to the wall mount bracket. After unhooking the tabs, you can now pull the unit towards you and insert the drain hose and reservoir assembly. At this point, you can connect the drain hose to the drain pan's outlet. Next, connect the ends of the alarm wire extender cable to the corresponding color wires. Now run both the alarm wires and power wires from the pump to the indoor unit's S1, S2, and S3 terminal block located in front of the unit. Here's a wiring diagram you can refer to when wiring up the Maxi Blue to this indoor unit. As seen in the wiring diagram, in order to wire the alarm, you will have to break the S1 wire. That means the S1 voltage will have to go through the pump in order to power up the indoor unit. Here you can see the field supplied S1, S2, and S3 wires along with the ground. The colors of the field supplied wires may vary. In this demonstration, the S1 wire is black, the S2 wire is white, the S3 is green, and the ground wire is green as well. On the pump, there are two separate sets of wires. The wires in the gray jacket have the black and yellow alarm wires. The set of wires in the black jacket are the power wires. The color of these are black, white, and green. The alarm wires will be breaking voltage going to the indoor unit coming from the outdoor unit. This is how you will know when there is a drain problem. In order for the pump to get voltage during alarm, you will have to wire net the S1 wire coming from the outdoor unit, along with the black common wire from the pump's alarm circuit and the black line voltage wire powering up the pump. Next, terminate the yellow, normally closed alarm wire from the pump to the S1 terminal of the indoor unit. For the S2 terminal, you will need to terminate both the white line voltage wire powering up the pump and the S2 wire coming from the outdoor unit. For the S3 terminal, we are simply going to put the S3 wire coming from the outdoor unit. We strongly recommend that you do not break the S3 wire. Lastly, please make sure the ground wires for the pump and equipment are properly grounded to the factory provided ground terminal screw. Installing the Maxi Blue condensate pump on a P-Series wall-mounted indoor unit. The installation of the Maxi Blue condensate pump on a P-Series wall-mounted indoor unit is similar to an M-Series with the exception of the pump's wiring. Per the wiring diagram, on a P-Series unit, you will just use S1, S2, and ground to power up the pump, and use CN4F to cut off the unit on alarm. Breaking the jumpers on pins 3 and 4 on CN4F will produce a P4 error code that indicates there is a problem with the condensate drain. For additional information, please feel free to visit our website at www.mylinkdrive.com. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future episodes of Tech Tips.